sines. Now, what law of sines is used for is whenever you have an angle, side, and angle. So, like, say we know angle B, side C, and angle A. So if you want to draw this on your notes. What?
Put it up higher. Put it like on your collar, because it sounds all fuzzy. Oh, fuzzy. Yeah.
Sounds fuzzy?
Yeah. Really weird.
There, how's that? Better?
Okay. Time you would tell now.
That's okay. I just... Twice, so you guys can laugh and point at me. All right, so if you have an angle, side, and angle, I want you to draw this on your notes with me. So if you have an angle, side, and angle, you can figure out other angles and sides. Or if you have an angle, angle, and side, you can also use law of sides. All right, so depending on where it is. So if you have the side between the two angles, or if you have a side that's not between the two angles, then you can figure out the other information. So this is the formula for law of sines. It is, yep, so go ahead and open up your notes at the bottom here. It's the sine of angle A over side A, so that's going to be lowercase a, equals sine of angle B over side B, which is also equal to the sine of angle C over side C. Or you can do the opposite of that. You can just flip it, so you could do the side lengths over the sine of the angle. Either one would work. Sine B equals side C over sine C. So either way, either all of the sides have to be in the numerators or all of the sides have to be in the denominators and vice versa. Okay? So what you could not do is you could not do A over sine A equals sine B over B. This would not work. Okay? They need to be on the same, either both, all in the numerators or all in the denominators. So let's look at the example you guys have right here. So we have this triangle where this is 74 degrees, this angle, and this is 51 degrees, and we know the side between them is 10 inches. So let's label, what should we label this corner? It doesn't matter. A, don't start with A. So let's do A, this is B, this is C. Sorry, I should have had you write in it first and then taped it, but I wasn't thinking this morning, so sorry. Anyhow, if this is angle A, then side A is always opposite of angle A, right? So this would be side A, which makes 10 is what side? B. B, because it's opposite of angle B, Paul. And then C is opposite of angle C. Okay, so we labeled it. Now, what we need to do is we are going to solve for side A. Okay, so if we want to know this side, then what we can do is we start with, well, first of all, can we figure out angle B? If we know two sides inside of a triangle, can we always figure out the third side? Yes, so what's 74 plus 51?
125.
So 125, what's 180 minus 125? What? 55. So this angle, we're going to label this, angle B is 55 degrees. Okay, now look at the triangle that we have. Do we know a pair of angle and its side? So which pair do we know? Do we have information? We know angle B and side B, right? So that's one that we want to use. So we want to use the sine of angle B, which is what? What's angle B again? 55 over the side length of B, which is what? 10. And then we're going to set that equal to one that we're solving for. So which one are we trying to solve for? A. So if we're trying to solve for A, I have to use angle A. So then here I'm going to put sine of angle A, which is what? 74 degrees, over A that we're solving for. Notice, I only have one part of my proportion here that I don't know. Right? I know everything else. So now since it's a fraction equal to a fraction, we can cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, then it will be A times sine of 55 is equal to 10 sine of 74. Right? When we get multiply, Josh? And then if we're solving for A, we would divide by what? Sine of 55. So if we divide by sine of 55 to each side, then we have A is equal to, and then you need to just plug this into your calculator. So if all of you will hit the Control divide and make the fraction button, and then enter 10 sine 74 in the numerator, divided by sine 55 in the denominator. 11.7. Okay, raise your hand if you got 11.7. Okay. What? Nope, because it's only the length of this side. It's not area. So it doesn't need to be squared. All right.
Hey,
Question.
I want to know how you got sine 55 at the bottom. Like as the denominator.
Because when we cross multiplied, we multiplied sine 55 to A, right? So that's why it's over here. And then to get A by itself, because that's what we're solving for, we divide by the sine of 55. So we cross multiply, we get our equation, and then we divide. If you switched them,
Yeah, no, like, instead of using the A sine 55, I just do sine 74.
yeah, you have to multiply these two, divide by that. Let's do another example, and hopefully that will help clarify, okay? All right, let's do another example below your notes. We're still on page 40. So this is example number 2. Can you guys draw that triangle below your notes on page 40?
Can you draw that triangle? I need that. Put it on the board.
Okay, do we have it drawn? Now let's label, we have angle B labeled and angle C. So this would be angle A. And which one is side A? Opposite, right? And the 32 is side what? C? It's 32, which makes the 16 side B. So what we want to do is our goal is to find a measure of angle B. So what pair with a side and an angle do we know? Because that's what you always want to start with. You want to start with a pair that you know the side and you know the angle. C, right? Because everyone needs to listen. If you know angle C and you know side C, you always start there. So you start with a pair that you know. So then we're going to do, and I always do the angles on the top, but it doesn't matter. You could go side over the sine of the angle, but sine of angle C is 119 over side length C. So what is the side length C? 32. And now we want to find angle B, correct? So I'm going to put sine B here, because do we know side length B? Yes, so then we're going to put 16 here. Notice there's only one thing I don't know, which is what you want. So now we can cross multiply. So if we cross multiply, we'll get 16 times what? Sine 119 equals 32 sine of B, which means we're going to actually be dividing by the 32. And what do we always use if we're finding the measurement of an angle? Starts with an I. Inverse. Okay? So what you're going to do is, just to make it quicker, you're going to, okay, everyone get trig with me, please. Trig, and we're going to go inverse sine. Hold on. Hey, Carrie. So inverse sine, and then let's do our fraction button, so control divide. And then we put in our problem of 16 sine 119. Oops, sorry. Be helpful if I was in the fraction. Divided by, what was it, 32? Thank you. All right, so then if you just go inverse sine, you enter all of that in, hit enter. I'm not in the right mode, so it's not going to tell me the correct answer. 25. Raise your hand if you got 25. Okay. That's the correct answer. Sorry, I got to fix this so I have it in the right mode. Crap. 25.9 with the next number, though. Okay, so let's just leave it 25.9. All right, so angle B is 25.9 degrees. Okay, whenever you're finding the measure of an angle, you have to use inverse. All right, let's do one more. I want you to, I'm going, what's that? No, we're going to do cosine tomorrow. Okay. All right, I want you to draw this one in your notes, but it's going to be on your calculators. And it's just like the one that we did. You guys still have room in your notes? Yes? Yeah. Okay. So I want you to try this on your own, submit your answer, and then we'll go over it when you guys are done. Okay, listen. What angle and side did we know?
A.
No.
We knew angle A and side A?
Yeah.
Was that what it was? Okay, so we're going to go sine of, what's sine of angle A? Sine of what? Will you guys look at your notes and tell me? Oh, sine 56 over what is side A? Equals sine of B, we're solving for, over what's the side length of B? 17. Okay? So in your, listen, in your calculators, what will you put? Inverse sine, since we're finding the angle of what fraction? Because we multiply these two, divide by 30, right? So 17 sine 56 divided by 30. Right? Okay. Did you guys get, what did you put for your answer? Let's see.
Yeah, mine won't let me.
C or D? Which one? It's D. D, 28 degrees. Okay, listen, tomorrow. Wait, does everyone have the assignment?
Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow I'll probably let you work on that in class and give you a quiz on all signs at the end of class, okay? That's the plan.
Tomorrow, Friday.